Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I would like to do my second video about Thom Browne, an American designer who has inspired me so much throughout the year that I decided to dedicate 8 separate videos to introduce his signature design and his ready-to-wear collection. Today's video is not about actually clothing itself, but mainly to introduce or go a bit deeper to Thom Browne's world, the essence of Thom Browne's designs, and his inspiration that he takes, which marks quite big cornersteps in today's men's fashion world. The idea of this video actually came from some of my YouTube followers who wants me to introduce the brand a little bit more and explain to them why Thom Browne is so unique to me. Thom Browne cannot be regarded as a mainstream in today's men's fashion world. He's still out there in the niche market. However, recently, Thom Browne as a brand has done extremely well in Asia, mainly thanks to the celebrity effect. People like G-Dragon and other famous Chinese or Korean idols, contemporary idols that wore the brand so often that literally the brand has become a street fashion brand in Asia. However, when in Asia people talk about Thom Browne as a brand, they mainly refer to its signature four stripe on the arm, the sweater, the sweatpants, and cashmere cardigan. But Thom Browne is much more than that. What they have missed, sadly, was the whole concept, the core concept of Thom Browne as a designer. It's reference to sports, it's reference to alternative movies in his provocative show consistently throughout the seasons, as well as ultimately the idea of uniformity. If we look at Thom Browne's biography, he grew up in Pennsylvania, in Allentown, which is famous for its iron ore and industrialization. There aren't much to say about fashion in Allentown, and Thom Browne himself was brought up in a very strict and traditional Irish family. He mentioned in one of his video interviews that there were 2 things he focused most of the time throughout his childhood was sports and school. He even mentioned in his video that throughout his entire childhood, the only family trip he ever took with his entire family was 1976 Montreal Olympic Game, and there he ignited, or let's say came to realization, his passion in sports, and he joined a local swimming club and become a very competitive member of that, and even later on in his university time. That's why throughout also entire design of Thom Browne, season by season, you see constantly the reference to sports in his collection. For example, the 4 stripe on the arm and the blue, white, red grosgrain tag, those were worshipping the American sportsmanship spirit and patriotism. And you will see throughout the seasons all the suits with motif all over the body, with fish, sharks, sea animals, and you will see tennis pad and tennis ball. Even the well-tailored shorts he wore together with his signature suits, those are all manifest his strong enthusiasm and passion related to sports. And if we also look at Thom Browne's collection, people came to notice this designer was by his provocative show. Throughout the season, he mentioned to all the journalists is that he likes to stimulate discussion. Fashion is all about stimulating discussion. He loves to do things he either people hates or people love. Even if necessary, sometimes it means to scare people. But fashion show is merely a way to help people remember his show. There were not too much meaning to it, even though there were distinctive theme and topics that presented in each of his show. If I remember correctly, two of the most famous director influenced him the most were Stanley Kubrick and Alfred Hitchcock. For example, the visual installation he did in Florence in Italy, 2009, I think it was spring summer, there were a group of similar looking boys wore his signature overcoat and suits at work, typing on the same, let's say, antique typewriter. That was a reference to the North by Northwest by Mr. Hitchcock. And later there were a show of astronauts in 2011, I think it was Fall Winter. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was a reference to Mr. Kubrick's The Mr. Kubrick's The Space to Odyssey. 2016 for winter show, there were great presentation about the American big recession in 20s. There was also a piece of a reference to Mr. Kubrick's another famous movie, A Clockwork Orange. He loves independent alternative movie equally as a visual impact, so as to translate his conceptual or abstract design in his mind to a real installation that you see throughout the season in his fashion show. And I think it worked for him quite well over the years. Now finally, back to clothes, the uniformity. Over the years, Thom has closed all his show in his most famous signature of uniform. The suits in different shades of gray, white Oxford shirt, gray tie, tie bar, high waist but cropped in length trousers, cardigans, and black wingtip with no socks. He mentioned in his interview that at his time, or at his father's time, men do not have too much choice, let's say in fashion, or the clothing they would have to wear. His father came home every day after work wearing the same suits, and him himself go to work most of the time, I think, wearing uniform, given the fact that he went to University of Notre Dame, that was quite a religious school. So because of that, Thom has made a very straightforward in men's fashion about uniformity. He made men's fashion very clear and simple. There's no fuss about it. And he creates very straightforward, a unique image of Thom Browne man, masculine yet clean and inhibited and reserved in his unique formality. So if we remember those three elements, I think we would understand, or we certainly understand Thom Browne much better about where he come from, where his inspiration from, where is the reference to all those crazy show, and why uniformity was such an important concept to him. And in the end, he's a designer. I think he is very good at keep pushing men's fashion forward to an area that people see suit, see uniform, see men's fashion, the masculinity in a completely different way. And he still keep doing that in his latest show in 2018 spring and summer. The whole blurring distinction in the gender role in contemporary society. Men wear skirt, high heels, a dress shirt, those kind of things that he does. It's really like keep challenging people to review what men's fashion has become. And that is what I like about him over the years, and I'll keep doing so in the future. And in the next video, I will also show you guys the Thom Browne suits, the most famous gray suits that I have collected over the years. The texture, the color, the fabric, all the things about the suits, how you should wear it, so that you will also get more information if you ever want to purchase a Thom Browne signature design. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit informative, but I hope that it gives you a fresh idea about Thom Browne, and I will see you next time. Bye!